Miss Cindy's Kitchen, we like to try, you know, favorite recipes, but done in slightly different ways. And because I have a little baking venture on the side, I like to try different things. And based on suggestions of my friends at work that say, well, why don't you make this type of thing? So somebody had suggested banana chocolate chip. And I was like, you know what? That sounds pretty darn good. So I'm going to make some banana chocolate chip cupcakes and use the rest of the cream cheese frosting I had used for some pumpkin cupcakes I made for my husband and Logan's theater production that they were doing this weekend. So, anyway, we have 1 cup of butter. Again, this is a double batch. So, this will make either 3 loaves of bread or 3 dozen muffins or cupcakes. Basically, a muffin becomes a cupcake when you put frosting on it. So,
yeah, that was one of the things we had a debate on, because you said they were pumpkin muffins, but when I took them in with the frosting, they were like, they're not muffins, they're cupcakes.
Yes, they're cupcakes. And this is 2 cups of sugar. So, we're going to get that whipped, and it's going to need to be pale and fluffy.
Pale and fluffy.
Just like Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh, he's more like, he's just fluffy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's pale.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't get out in the sun, he might be. But anyway, so I'm going to show you all a cool trick I have learned. I'm always picking up tips and tricks by watching other people and learning things online. I saw a great tip on putting rice in muffin wells. It helps elevate the muffin cups and helps them cook more evenly. And especially on my pumpkin muffins or cupcakes, it helps absorb some of the grease from the muffin wrappers. And just plain dry rice, whatever rice you have on hand, works really well. And I have been doing this for almost a year now, and it makes an amazing difference. Because sometimes when you make muffins or cupcakes, they can be moisture on the top and drier toward the bottom, or sometimes scorch. This almost eliminates that. And it is awesome. And it's a tip I saw online and decided to try, and I've been incorporating it into almost everything I bake in muffin wells that comes with the muffin paper, and it just works really well. So give it a try. Alright, and because I have almost no fingerprints or texture left on my fingers, I got a wet paper towel to use to loosen up the muffin papers.
Now, how come you don't have your fingerprints?
I'm getting old. No, I wash my hands a lot because I cook and I work in an office. So that's just the side effect. You know, sometimes it takes me a half an hour to get fingerprinted, whereas it will take some people only like, you know, just a few seconds to get fingerprinted. Because when you work in a government job, you gotta have fingerprints on hand.
Yep.
So every now and then they fingerprint you. Okay. So just keep. But this works really well using the wet paper towel, because you don't want to lick your fingers while you're making treats, because then you can spread your germs onto other people. So, plus it's a lot more sanitary. It's a tip I use in the kitchen at church, because it's so hard for me to pull out the muffin papers because they're so packed together. And I find the muffin papers at Walmart are a pretty good deal, because you get like 96 for $1.12. So I always try to pick up a couple of packages if I dare venture into Walmart. All right. So, now, come take a look at this. We have got,
Oh, wow.
this is how fluffy and pale your butter mixture should be whenever you're making a dessert. Because you need to have your butter and sugar whipped and whipped very good. What was that, Devo? Whip it good?
Yeah, whip it good.
Alright, so I'm just going to scrape the bowl down. And now I'm going to add in the rest of the ingredients. So we're going to get the mixer going again. And again, this is for a double batch of banana bread, which will make 3 loaves, 36 muffins, or cupcakes. So add the eggs in it one at a time. Let it get incorporated. See, it's gradually getting incorporated. Just plop them in, and I always put my eggs into a separate vessel. I never put them directly into the mixing bowl with the rest of my ingredients. Because if you accidentally get a shell in there, it is a pain to fish it out. This just works much better.
How many eggs is that?
4.
4 eggs.
Yeah. And where is my vanilla? Let me grab it. Don't look at the sink. We cook and we dirty dishes around here. Alright. Let me scrape this down one more time. Scrape, scrape, scrape. And one of the earlier videos we did was my blue ribbon banana bread quite a while back. And that is one of my core recipes for making treats for people. Whenever I have bananas get ripe, I make banana bread, and if I don't sell it, I freeze it. So that way, when you have an occasion come up or friends drop by, you've got a treat to share. And the next thing we're going to do is add the bananas. This is 6 medium bananas mashed. And you want to have your bananas be, actually, let me just do this, make it easier. You want to have your bananas be either very freckled, brownish, or even very dark, almost black. Because the riper the banana, the sweeter it is. So I'm just going to dump this in there. Doesn't that look yummy? Alright. These bananas were pretty well freckled. I happen to have 3 different batches of bananas on the counter, so you can almost see the gradation of just bought last week, bought a little while ago. So, anyway, and 1 cup of buttermilk. Whenever I go shopping, I always make sure I grab buttermilk as well as regular milk as part of our routine groceries. Because you can use a combination of lemon juice or vinegar and milk to make buttermilk. However, I use it so often that I just buy it fresh. So, anyway, I forgot to get me something to scoop this with. Alright. I'll just gradually tip it in here. Hopefully not make too big of a mess. So you want to add in your flour mixture gradually. And this is 5 cups of all-purpose flour and 2 teaspoons each baking soda and salt. I make this recipe so often that I have it in my head. Which is great because I don't have to stop and look it up. And we will make sure that we post a recipe card on this simply because I don't think we have one on the...
I don't think we do either.
Yeah, on the blue ribbon banana bread. So there's 2 versions of this, or actually 3. You can make banana bread without nuts or chocolate chips. You can make banana walnut, or you can make banana chocolate chip. Those are 3 ways it tastes really good. Just some people don't like walnuts or cannot have nuts So, you know, I get a lot of feedback from the stuff I bake at work, and I just go off of suggestions. And one of the recipes I'll have to bring to you guys is our peanut butter and jelly cookies.
Yeah.
It was based off of one of my coworkers' suggestions. He suggested peanut butter and jelly when I asked what type of cookie they'd like to see. So basically, it's our 3-ingredient peanut butter cookies made like a thumbprint with strawberry jam is the most popular, or grape jam. And so it's been really popular. It sells out pretty much every time I bring it into work. So we will bring that on a future episode. So make sure you like and subscribe and share this video to your friends. And give us your comments and feedback. I really enjoy all the feedback you've been giving me. It gives me ideas and lets me know that you're really thinking through what you're watching and what I'm doing on camera. I love to bake and cook and try new things. Alright, so that's that. Let me go ahead and scrape this down. And as I would with a double batch of banana bread, I add 2 cups of nuts. So on that same thought, I'm going to add 2 cups of chocolate chips. Just whatever chocolate chips you have on hand, semi-sweet. I just got these when we were shopping at Winco. Just getting nice and blended. Alright. Now we're going to drop it down. Oops, I can tell this is going to be in the way. Bloop. Then you can spin this out a little bit. That helps loosen up the batter off of the paddle. And, whoops, I almost dropped this. Oh yeah, it would have been seventh heaven. Go, yeehaw, I got goodies.
We'd have to start all over again.
And I don't want to do that. It's too late. Anyway, so we're going to come over here. And cookie scoops make a really easy way to portion out muffins or cupcakes. And 2 of these makes a perfect amount of filling for each muffin well. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and then we can speed through this when we get this video edited. Put these in.
So you finish these 3 pans.
Yeah. And I realize that I'm going to need a 4th, so I'm going to go ahead and put these in and then fill up another muffin pan. I make so many different types of muffins, I forget which ones have which yields. Most of them are 3 loaves, 36, but banana makes a little more. And I'm using the center wells because I think that will come out better with just the way it bakes in the oven.
So you're just doing 6?
Yeah, because I think that's all the batter I have left. The banana has a slightly higher yield than the other ones do. But if you use just 2 scoops of batter per well, you tend to get a better level top. Because if you fill it up too much, they tend to crown, and then they don't look nearly as pretty when they're frosted. So we shall see. This may be more than just the 6, but we'll see.
We'll find out.
Yes. who knows, we might have more than that. I think we do. Let's get a couple more ready.
So you're able to scrape out 3 more.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna add this batter to the existing ones already because I don't want to, it's not enough to make a whole muffin, but it won't puff them up too much. Because when you're making muffins and cupcakes, the temptation is to think that more is better, but it really isn't, because the consistency and the presentation of your muffins tends to be a little bit lopsided, if you will, if you overfill your muffin cups. So make sure you like and subscribe and keep on sharing and liking and commenting, and we'll bring you back when these are done baking. Alright, and we're back in our banana chocolate chip muffins, which will soon be cupcakes when we frost them after they cool. They baked at 350 for about 20 minutes. So they're going to get kind of golden. As you can see, when you don't overfill your muffins, your muffin wells, you don't end up having like these huge crowns that sometimes stick up and then fall over.
There's no spillage either.
Right. So your standard cookie scoop times 2 is usually the right amount of batter for a muffin, cupcake, whatever you want to call it. This gives you more consistency in shape and size, makes it easier to frost, and if you want things to be uniform, that's just the way to go. So anyway, thank you again for joining us, and we will we'll bring you back in a little bit to show you a frosted one, so you all can see how yummy the chocolate chip banana muffins are. Alright, and our cupcakes have cooled off a fair bit, and I was frosting them. One thing you have to remember is that there is rice on the bottoms, so you just have to very gently brush it off when you pull them out of the pans. And as you can tell, there's, look at this, with doing the trick with the rice, look at the consistency in the crumb.
Oh my gosh.
There's no burnt bottoms. Look at that.
Wow.
So you got a nice even crown and no burnt spots.
Wow.
Just elevating it off the muffin bottom really helps. Over here, Tyler. Come a little
The
closer.
dog's in the way. Move, dog.
Move, dog. She's waiting for her bread tacks.
Nice.
And show them the inside of the muffin so they can see how nice the crumb looks.
Oh, wow. That does look good.
Yes. So 2 tips to make your baked goods do better. Just make sure you thoroughly whip your butter and sugar together till it's light and fluffy before you proceed with the rest of your ingredients. And then if you use a muffin pan, make sure you line it with some rice kernels or grains before you put in the muffin papers. That makes all the difference.
And you don't have to put a lot of rice in there. Just
right, just like maybe a quarter teaspoon or half teaspoon per. It really makes a big difference.
Wow.
So anyway, as you can tell, this worked out really well, and I decorated them with some cream cheese frosting I made this morning for my pumpkin cupcakes. So
those are the pumpkin cupcakes back there.
yeah, these are the pumpkin cupcakes. As you can tell, they're a little darker, and I'm using different colored sprinkles so I can remember which ones are which. The round ones are pumpkin, and the oblong jimmies are the banana. So,
Nice.
anyway, I was going to show you all the really cool boxes that I got. Oh, here. I stuck it up in the cabinet. Because I was trying it out earlier on the pumpkin cupcakes to see how they would fit. And basically, you can fit 2 side by side. And dog hair gets everywhere. Dog. Anyway. So it's my double check before I fill them. But anyway, got these cute little pink boxes. And they will go like this. There's even some cream cheese frosting from my test run earlier. But 2 of these per box. And that will make a nice sized dessert for someone to buy. So, anyway, thank you again for joining us, and come back again soon for another recipe.
Thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen. To get more recipes like this one, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Share it out to your friends, family, and neighbors, and leave us a comment to let us know how this recipe worked for you. And don't forget to hit that like button. Again, thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen.